Check the mic and make sure it sound right, boys.
Today is going to be, Sean, an absolutely insane day on the show. And I mean insane day on the show.
And why is that?
Oh, my Lord. So many things going on today. And either we got NBA, college football, MLS. We have hockey. Did I say Major League Baseball playoffs?
Not yet. Yeah.
5 things going on today. And as crazy as it sounds, I have plays, sometimes multiple, in every spot. So
wow.
I'm either going to be like seriously wealthy tomorrow, like just crazy rich, or I'm going to be broke as hell. So I'm hoping that, I'm crazy rich.
Yeah, exactly. I'm surprised you have so many plays.
I was surprised too. I mean, that doesn't usually come across like that. But, either NBA teams changed a lot, or there's some, I don't want to say this, but there's some lines that kind of don't make a whole lot of sense to me from last year. So, and again, all the data is based upon last year. So that's the caveat in there. But the data from last night, I mean, I had both playing both NBA games last night. I think you only did one, right?
Yeah, I just did the Warriors. You won both.
Mm-hmm. And the first game was not even close. And the second game was close until the end when Golden State, once they got up and you knew it became a free throw contest, it was their game.
Yeah, actually that happened the opposite way I thought. The Lakers actually got off to a pretty good start. They just didn't finish well at all.
Mm. Well, you could see that they kept coming back, Golden State. And then the thing was that I feel once they got in the lead, especially if it was in the second half of the fourth quarter, then it's going to come down to them making the free throws. And I trust Steph Curry to make his free throws more than I trust LeBron or Anthony Davis. And
the best sign for the Warriors is Curry, like you said, he played like trash and they still won. So that's a good sign for them.
Yes. So if you took that bet yesterday, you didn't make a whole lot of money on the $2 for Curry. What do you say, like 20, 25 points or something?
Like 21, I think. So I think it should be like a $42.
Plus you won your bet on.
Yeah. So I mean, I was happy with it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I was happy with it. I still didn't get that. I guess they have till like midnight to pay out. So.
Oh, you put 50 on Golden State?
Yeah.
Yeah, I just don't bet like that. I'm not crazy. Anyway,
I figured I would get pretty much, and even $42, you're getting pretty much your whole bet back. Now, yeah, you don't get the free bet.
Yeah, but the thing is, you got to bet $42 on your next bet, though. You can't break it up into like $76
right.
bets.
And that $42 isn't really like counted. It's a free bet, so it's whatever your value is. So you do lose some there, but.
So you got to. So I mean, you won, so that's good. So you got a plus line. Plus, what was it, like 120 or something? Did you get?
Something 130, 135. I think we got 140 on the show, so it even went up more then. But yeah, I made out good.
Yeah, you did make out good. That's a positive. Hopefully, we make out good today. So instead of doing like we normally do, Sean, we run down every single thing. Let's just tick them off. What you like, what you and what I like, and then if there's something else people want to talk about, they can hit us up in the message board and let us know. So let's start with the Major League Baseball playoffs. What do you say?
Yeah, sure.
So the only game we can really, unless you want to take Boston mid-game live, but right now, if you do take Boston live on the money line, Sean, you can get plus, because they're behind by a run right now. You can get, there's still, that must have been the opening line because I'm not seeing a live line there.
I got plus 120 on Boston.
Plus 120 on Boston. So you can take Boston, Chris Sale, plus 120. If you want to do that, Sean.
No, I'll pass. I thought, you said that about the Braves yesterday, and then they came back, and then you could have got good value on the Dodgers, who then ended up coming back. So, I mean.
Yeah, speaking of which, I was watching the hockey games, and unfortunately, my teams couldn't score last night, even though I think all 4 of my teams outshot the other team. But the one thing I noticed is that if the team scores, those lines, like immediately after a team scores, get really bloated. And you can go back the other way. So if, for example, if you like a team and you feel like they're going to win, a home team, perhaps that's a favorite that gets scored on first. And then they go from like plus, they go from like minus 150 to like plus 175. I saw one yesterday, went to like 300. I was like, what the hell?
And it goes quick because there's people sitting there waiting to bet those lines. So then it starts coming down really quick.
Yeah, but I noticed it on every single
Yeah,
one. Like the
yep.
lines just go boom, and I was thinking, and I should have did it in the Nashville game, but I didn't do it in the Nashville game. But in any case, the other game tonight is the Atlanta Braves and the LA Dodgers. Sean, the Dodgers are -2. Well, you can get -210 as low as -205. With the Braves, you can get as much as +180. Sean.
Yeah, so I'm concerned now. I mean, that game changed the whole tide of this series. The Braves could have ended it right there, pretty much being up 3-0. Now they got a bullpen game against Urias is starting for the Dodgers, correct? Because
Yeah, Urias, but I think Noah's going to start for the Atlanta tonight, so I don't think that's
okay. They did yesterday. They were saying it was going to have to be a bullpen game, but yeah, I don't like it. But I also don't like the value with the Dodgers. I'm just staying away from this.
I think there's way, way, way too much value on the Atlanta Braves in this spot at +180. Even last night. Okay, so you had Walker Buehler pitching, and they were able to get to him. It looks like they're hitting the ball right now, Sean. I just feel like this is not a game that and this is completely off my script here, but this is a game. Do you feel like Atlanta only has a 35% chance to win?
No, I agree with you on that. What it is exactly what I'm saying. It's an overreaction to what happened yesterday and what the Braves' mindset will be. Well, did the momentum completely switch right there?
It may have, but the Braves have done well against left-handed pitching, Sean.
Yeah. So
I mean, there's no question that the Dodgers have the advantage both in run line and in home and away power rankings and run differential. There's no doubt about that. And it's a pretty good run.
I mean, honestly, the play probably, this is your whole saying of the smart plays of the Braves here, because +180 is crazy. They've been the best team all series besides those last 2.5 innings right there.
You can get +190 on the Braves.
Yeah.
So I'm going to do it, Sean. I'm not going to put a full bet on it. I'm going to go, like I said, tonight's going to be, Rich has gone insane. I think maybe I had a little too much coffee. I don't even drink coffee. So I had a little too much something. So I'm going to do $10 on Atlanta. There's no way they only have a 35% chance to win this game, Sean. And at +190, it's actually even lower. I think the game is probably 47-53 in favor of the Dodgers. I'm going to take Atlanta +190 for a 10 spot and cross my fingers.
Yeah, I mean, I hope you're right. I hope the series didn't switch like that. But as a Braves fan, I'm concerned that whole last night switched the whole tide.
I think a series isn't a series until you lose at home, right? So I feel like Atlanta, they've got to feel good where they are right now. They're exactly where they want to be. Just try to steal one from them, and you're going to be good to go. And I think that's what they're hoping for. They'll get one tonight. Urias has pitched well against them, but I feel like they've hit lefties pretty good. So as a result, I feel like it's going to be a game that they'll be in the game. I feel like, Sean. I feel like, and I'm probably going to be wrong about this, but I feel like the game will be late and I'll have a chance.
Hopefully.
All right, next. As far as the money is concerned, Sean, it doesn't agree with me at all, though. It's wholeheartedly backing the Dodgers in a big way. So I guess maybe a mistake on that. But
I am seeing Jesse Chavez is listed as a pitcher, so it is a bullpen game.
It is a bullpen game because I've seen at a couple different places.
Yeah, MLB is saying Jesse Chavez, so
it still doesn't bother me. So maybe that's why the line moved to 200.
Yeah,
but I still feel like you're going to get they're going to be able to hit Urias, and I don't know that they're just going to give up because you have a bullpen game going. You know what I mean? It's just not going to happen. They're going to play hard, and I think
I play hard.
Have a chance at the end.
Yeah, hopefully.
But 86% of the money is on the Dodgers. So, I mean, I'm definitely going against the trend here. But I'm doing it because there's just too much value. All right. Coastal Carolina, Sean. We'll go to NCAA football next up. Coastal Carolina versus the App State team that got absolutely rolled over last week by the Ragin' Cajuns. Coastal Carolina is probably a little better team. But what concerns me is this line was 5, and it's starting to creep down a little bit to 4.5. You can go as much as minus. You can get the App State +7.5 to 4.5. So which one do you like?
Well, you know who I like here. I like Coastal Carolina. I'll take whatever the lowest number you got there, but
-4.5.
-4.5. Yeah, it was like -3, 3.5 to open, and then it really went the other way to 5, 5.5. Now it's coming down the other way.
So I just won $30, Sean.
You won that yesterday already.
Yeah, so I want that in my column. Well, hey, there's got to be show bets. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I want a show bet.
Grayson McCraw, the quarterback for Coastal Carolina, is absolutely awesome.
But he doesn't run like the kid from Louisiana does.
He does run a little bit. He doesn't run like that.
Not like that. No.
But Coastal Carolina's defense is pretty good too. So they should be able to contain Appalachian State. And I mean, the only thing is, it's a concern for Appalachian State that they didn't play well last week, but they also had time to fix that. So it scares me a little bit that they may come in as a different team, but I would take Coastal Carolina every day of the week in this game.
So Sean's doing official. I think they probably cover 2, but I think there's more value in the total. I don't think the game goes over 61.5, which you can get 61, but it's -114. I'm going to take the -110, Sean. The game goes under 60.5 points. I have them coming in probably closer to about 52-ish together. And both teams, I think if they play their best, then both teams' defenses will show up.
Is this a full $20 bet?
No, these are because I got so many today, Sean. It can only be but 10.
So I feel like this should be one of your other bets you talked about and take the under Appalachian State instead of taking under for the team.
Yeah, I don't know about college football that way, though. But maybe you're right about that. Because this is something we talked about in the NFL. And if you think the game is going to go over, take the team but I don't know what the total is on App State.
I'll find it as we go.
So you know what? I think you're right. I will do that because then I only have to be right on one team.
Yeah, and if Coastal Carolina will be the team that will score here.
Well, you think, but
yeah, I mean, if they don't, it's going to be a low-scoring more game, and you still probably won't have to worry about it. So
yeah, so find that number for me. I will go with that because instead of relying on I could be right that App State doesn't play well, but Coastal Carolina puts up a 50 spot, and then it screws the whole thing.
Here we go. So Appalachian State over under 27.5.
27.5 for minus what? 110?
Nah, it says -115.
150?
115.
Okay. I'll do it for -115. I'll try it out tonight and see. $10.
If not, it's my fault because I'm.
Well, then you can take the loss. Just take $20 off of our bet with the with you taking Coastal Carolina because I know that's what you're going to do.
Yeah, exactly. I guess I'm predictable.
Yes, very. Next is the NBA, Sean. There's a whole lot in this tonight that I like. So why don't you just rattle off the games you like? I'll rattle off the games I like, and then we'll go from there.
All right. So I'm going to take the Bulls, giving up 5.5 to Detroit. The Bulls added some pieces here. They're healthy.
They don't play defense, though.
No, but the Pistons are still young. They still don't have too much of a core there. 5.5, I don't feel like it's a big deal. So I will take Chicago -5.5. Another one I like.
Hold on 1 second. Let's see. Chicago -5.5. And yes, 94% of the money. Well, I'm on the money line here, Sean. Let me get the total. Let me get the spread instead, so I can be in the right place. So on the spread with the Bulls, 95% of the money is on the Bulls. So you're not picking anything that nobody else didn't pick. Go ahead.
All right. The other one I like is Sixers giving up 3.5 to the Pelicans.
I think that line has moved to 4, though.
Is it?
Mm-hmm. Let me just check and see. The Sixers, because the game between Charlotte is 5. The Sixers and New Orleans has moved to 4, 4.5. So you got to lay 4 at -110.
All right, I will do that. Williamson.
And about 69% of the people have. 70% of the money is on that side.
Yeah, Zion Williamson's out for the Pelicans. I think they were like 2-7 last year without him. Mm-hmm. Sixers don't have Simmons, but that's a good thing for them at this point. He's just become a joke. So I think Embiid's healthy for now. I think they take care of the Pelicans.
All right.
We might have. That's pretty much it for me today on basketball.
That's it for you on hoops today. Okay, you ready to get your – I hope your pen is full of ink.
I hope so, too.
All right, so I'm taking Indiana and Charlotte. That game to go over 233.5. So let me get the lines out here. Where are the totals? Indiana, Charlotte, the total is 222.5, Sean. I'm taking that game to go over 222.5 for -109. I have been going considerably over that number. So Toronto and Washington. Toronto back after a disappointing season last year. I'm going to take, you got -222.5 on the total. I'm going to go over 222.5, Sean, for I'll just do it this one instead. -221. I'm going to go over, over 221 for -112. These are all $10, by the way. I told you I'm going to go absolutely bananas today. And then on the Memphis game, Memphis against Cleveland. Memphis is laying 7 for -115. Yeah, I'll do that. I'll take the half. I don't want to get hooked into this game, right? So I think Memphis wins this game by more than 7. I think I've been winning by more than 7.5. But 5 cents for a half a point, I'm willing to pay that. I'll take Memphis. Another 10. Philadelphia, New Orleans. That's the game you talked about. Neither team really is known for playing defense. Total in this game is 224 for -110. Sean, I am going to go over. There's some games last year where New Orleans, I think, led up teams, scored over 224 on them.
It felt like it.
Another one. Oof, I tell you, this is insane. Minnesota at home playing against Houston, who was just dreadful last year. I can get Minnesota laying 5.5, Sean, for -110. I'm all over that.
You said 5.5?
5.5 -110. Yes, it's over here from whatever that green one is up there. San Antonio and Orlando, Sean. I need to catch my breath.
I guess you really missed basketball.
No, it's just all these things popped up on my screen with high confidence. So they went 2 for 2 last night. I was a little bit worried. So, and what the heck? And I feel like a lot of these teams haven't changed a whole lot. San Antonio and Orlando the total is 211.5. I can do that for -112. That game, Sean, is going to go over. And maybe I'll look into this too, much like we do what we just did with the NCAA. And if it turns out that the team I think is going to score the majority of the points covers, I might start just doing individual teams instead of across the board like I just did. So that's a lot of basketball right there. Now, what I got, like 10 bets right now?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 basketball, 8 total.
Oof, what is wrong?
And I do have one more basketball one. I didn't get to write it down, but
all right.
I will take the Knicks giving up 2 to Boston. I know Jaylen Brown's out for Boston. New York, was the best team against the spread last year. They're the more healthier team coming in.
Do you want to lay 3 and get +100? One more point?
Sure.
All right, there you go. Lay 3 and you're going to get +100. So I think we've got every single NBA game covered somewhere.
Pretty close.
Yeah, so it's just absolute insane night tickets for me.
We left Oklahoma City.
He left Coastal Carolina and Chicago. Yep.
Yeah, that's a good one. We left Oklahoma City Jazz go and Nuggets Suns and Kings.
There is a deal for the Nuggets Suns too. Like I read that for I think every point they score over 200, you get a $1
free bet. Yeah. So whatever. So if you do the 220, say it ends on the total 224, you'll get a $24 free bet. The caveat is you got to do a $50 bet again.
On one of the 2 teams.
On one of the 2 teams, or the spread, or the over/under,
or just something in that.
Yeah.
I'll tell you just quickly in that game, Denver and Phoenix. I have them scoring a total of 225. So that means you would get like $25 or something like that, if that's what happens. I mean, that's just what it comes in at. So I don't know if that's exactly where it's going to come in. Just to give you a sense too of what the Vegas thinks they're going to come in at 224. So about 24 points above is about probably where you'll see them come in. All right, Sean. So what other sport we got? My favorite one, NHL, right? Where I'm just killing it. Absolutely killing the NHL. Boston and Philadelphia. You like anything in Boston and Philadelphia?
I do not. I'm leaning Boston. There is and I don't know if it's DraftKings or FanDuel, there is a boost that there'll be a goal scored in the first 10 minutes in this game. And I believe the Flyers are having a backup goalie in who's not too good. So it should
maybe
it should happen.
Hockey is crazy. I mean, I remember there were some games last year where for the Flyers gave up like 7 and just like,
Yeah.
like 7 shots. There was like someone pulled a slot machine and you hit the right combination. All the quarters came falling out, except it was goals against the Philadelphia's team. All right, Vegas and St. Louis, Sean. Vegas is at home. The majority of the tickets, it looks like, are on St. Louis. They're playing pretty well at the start of the year here. I like Vegas at home. St. Louis is coming off a shorter rest. And when you look at the money line, most of the money – hold on, let me just click the right button again, Sean, because I got to scroll all the way to the top. But first of all, while I do that, anything that you like in this game?
I don't like Vegas to win. I'm also looking at that total. That total looks low. 5.5.
Yeah, they both play some defense, but you like the total, 5.5?
Yeah, I'm going to go over 5.5.
You're going to get minus 120. So it looks like everybody thinks it's going to go over that.
Of course.
And I like the Golden Knights. They're a much different team at home. I know that more than 50% of the money is on Vegas. I mean, on St. Louis in this spot. So at the number. So I'm going to take Vegas at minus 125, Sean.
Yeah, Vegas is definitely one of those teams you just bet blindly at home because they win almost every game at home.
Yeah, they play really well at home for sure. All right, so that covers, I think, all the pro sports that the big ones and the college game. I have now, what is that, 9 bets, Sean?
Yep, 9 bets.
9 bets. Okay, so there's a little bit more tonight. There is MLS Soccer, and they don't have the MLS up on here anywhere. So let me see if I can find it real quick. Leagues.
To answer Drew's question, do you watch the games you bet on? Absolutely, I do. I watch as much of the sports as I can, no matter if I'm betting on it or not.
I watch it on the my computer screen because I'm usually working, getting prepared for the next day stuff. So I'm watching it on computer screen all the time. All right, let's see. MLS, Sean. Whew, ready for a bunch more?
Sure.
MLS, the Atlanta United is at home against the New York City Football Club. I'm going to take Atlanta United plus 170. Next up, Nashville is at home. They're playing against the Columbus Crew, who are playing pretty badly these days. I'm going to take the Nashville team for minus 132.
Are these all
10 bucks, Sean.
Yeah, but are these all with the ties?
Yeah, no, they got to win. Super soccer tie, and I lose. Yes,
okay.
And then finally, Sean, late at night, if you're up, I'm going to take the Portland Timbers at home against the Vancouver Whitecaps for plus 100. And that wraps up my my night of craziness. I would have never thought in all of my life I would have like 12 bets in one night.
Yeah. So I might soon be playing soccer because, we were breaking it down on what our record is, each sport and stuff. You actually have a losing record in soccer, but you're out in the positive pretty good because of the good value like you talked about before.
Yeah, you have to find – there's always good value in those soccer games. Let's see. Yes, Drew, we do watch them all. I can't do it. I don't watch it like I said, I watch them on the computer. It's a lot easier for me. And I'm not I can't sit down. I'm too – my attention span is dead. I can't just sit there and watch something on TV forever anymore. Otherwise, I start getting anxious, want to get up, start walking around. The dog's looking at me. I'm like, all right, let's go for a walk. So I just watch them on the computer.
My thing, I just love sports. I never understood how people – I can watch some TV shows and some movies, but it's nothing like sports to where you just don't know what you're watching. Like, anything can happen.
Well, anything can happen in the movies, too.
No, you know what's going to happen in the movies. You sit down, there's going to be the plot, something bad's going to happen, and then it will all be a good story at the end of it.
It's kind of how sports works, too. There's always some adversity in the middle of the game for one team or the other, and then it works out for somebody, and half the people bet on that team.
I was happy in the beginning with the Braves game, and I wasn't happy at the end of it.
Yeah, and?
Well, I'm just saying.
I'm sure people weren't happy at the end of The Sopranos either.
Yeah.
I don't know. I didn't watch The Sopranos. I know it was supposed to be groundbreaking TV, but I grew up by Philadelphia. That was my everyday life. So, not that I was involved in that stuff, but in Philly, that stuff is around Philly pretty much, right?
Yeah.
That's why they based that stuff like in New Jersey, New York. I've grown up as a kid. I remember watching like the news and John Gotti and all that kind of stuff. especially a scary movie. They always run upstairs. Yeah, they always run upstairs and to the least safe place you can possibly go. All right, Sean. Anything else before we get up and get out of here?
No, that's it.
All right, so if you like what you saw, make sure you hit the subscribe button, hit the bell so you get notified when we go live. If you like it, give us a thumbs up. That allows for us to go ahead and move up YouTube's algorithm. On Facebook, give us a like, follow us on Twitter, and head on over to Moneyline Madmen to create an account. Talk a little bit about what you like and why you like it. All right, Sean, I got about 12 pets out there tonight. Can you run down what I forgot? So run down everything you got, run down everything I got. Let's call it a night.
All right. I got Coastal Carolina giving up 4.5.
I won that bet.
The Bulls giving up 5.5. The Sixers giving up 4. The Knicks giving up 3. And then I did hockey, St. Louis, Vegas over 5.5 goals. Now I got to catch my breath for riches.
Yes, break out a pen and paper.
So we'll go backwards, starting with the soccer. $10 on all his bets. Mm-hmm. He's got Portland in soccer plus 100, Atlanta plus 170. Nashville minus 132. And then we went to what's the Atlanta plus 190? Is that soccer too?
Yeah, that's soccer. Huh?
Okay, so Atlanta plus 190 as well. Then we went to college football under 27.5 Appalachian State team total at minus 115. Then we went to basketball, Indianapolis, Charlotte over 222.5. Toronto and Washington over 221. Memphis giving up 7. Sixers, Pelicans over 224. Rich loved the overs tonight.
Yes, I'm all over the overs.
Minnesota, Timberwolves giving up 5.5. Then we went back to an over. San Antonio and Orlando over 211.5. And then we went to hockey, and Vegas always wins at home. Vegas minus 125.
And the other Atlanta was the second Atlanta plus 190.
Oh, the Braves. Yeah.
Yes.
Woo! Yeah, I didn't break up the sports. I just wrote the teams, and I'd figure that out later. Yeah.
Yes, indeed. So you know what, Ron, if I'm right tonight, everybody's going to go home with a pocket full of cash.
Yeah. Especially if they put more than $10 on it.
Well, you know what you can do? Just do a $1 parlay in every one of those things, and if it's my day, you're going to get paid.
Well, I'm
going to do it.
You can do round robins too with this. I mean, it gets more expensive, but as if 2 teams win, you get the 2-team parlay with that. It's a whole. I couldn't exactly explain it to you, but it's all the combinations I could possibly do. Place a bet for you. Yeah,
well, 12. That'll be 12 times 11 times 10 times 9 times. It's a lot.
Yeah. It's going to get expensive, but
Yeah. All right, Sean. We'll be back in 23 and 30 tomorrow night. Sean and I will also be on Horse Racing Radar TV with jockey Victor Carrasco. Right? Is that his name? Carrasco.
Yep.
Carrasco, yes. And we'll be talking about the Maryland Millions. We'll hopefully stuff some more money in your pockets with the horse racing that day. All right, Sean, we'll be back in 23 and 30. Until then, everybody, I hope absolutely every one of your bets is a winner.